Welcome to the fourth round of our discussions. For this round, we will have Kasama answer the questions first and then followed by Secret respectively. This question is rebuttable. So for the President, Christine Jean, your question is, there have been multiple resignations from the incumbent administrations. How would you remedy this issue if this will occur during your term?
People again should feel accountable. They ran on the very first place for the purpose of serving. With that in mind, they should be reminded of such purpose. They should feel like they're part of this bigger Congress, because with that in mind, of course, they'll feel the commitment to do so, to work, and of course, to be comfortable of the responsibilities within their term regarding their position that they're elected for. With that in mind, of course, again, good management. I'd love to emphasize this, because without such, we'll of course have fallouts. We'll have lots of turnover in terms of human resources. And with that, of course, how can we even provide better service for the Sanyan community if we have so many people quitting? We should go back to the root cause of the problem. And perhaps for me, according to Maslow's theory of needs, motivation should be emphasized. They should know the very purpose of the position they're running for. They should see the importance of the Supreme Student Council.
Thank you, Kristen Jean. A rebuttal?
None so far.
Thank you. Now for a question for you, Simon. There have been multiple resignations from the incumbent administration. How would you remedy this issue if this will occur during your term?
Okay, so I will point out two things. No, first is that the Constitution. In the SSC Constitution, they are mandated to, since they are elected, they are mandated to serve the Osenians. No. Second is, on a personal note, in order for us to remedy this issue of resignation, we would ask these people or officers that you always have to go back to your why. Why did you accept the challenge to become an SSC officer in the first place? No? So, kung maabot sila sa time nga ma-resign na jud sila, we always have to ask them that why. Why in the first place dawat ka sa challenge? Ug nganong karon pa instead of you could have done it earlier. It also our relationship with one another matters kay para harmonious ang council.
Thank you, Simon. Any rebuttal from Kasama?
I agree, but I'd like to emphasize your first point. In terms of the Constitution, our Constitution has not been revised since. But I'd like to ask, do you plan for any revision in the Constitution in terms of people resigning?
I would I would agree no nga kanang dapat na adyo mga ipang ilis or pang-revise sa present Constitution, no, kay para ma-situate jud nga ma-hold accountable jud ang officers sa ila jung commitment towards the student council and to the Osenian studentry.
Thank you, Simon. Now for the next question, for context, there have been no financial statements submitted by the previous administrations, including the incumbent administration, the 38th Congress. This question is first for you, Mary Joy. How would you realize your platforms and programs without a budget being released to the incoming administration?
So first, as part of the 38th Congress, I have seen that there are a lot of lacking financial statements as to why our colleges doesn't have kanang gihatag nga money to para mohatag sa among mga para magamit na mo sa among platforms. So, ang among gibuhat para maghatag ni nga platforms namo karon is first, what is the need of the students? Unsa jud kinahanglan sa students para ma-address namo directly para matagan mo solution ang ilang problem. So, without budget, we will go to partnership. Like before having the platforms, we collaborated. I know we nag-give nami og kanang nangadto nami sa mga establishment para maki-propose to if willing ba sila ani nga kanang proposal, if willing ba sila ani.
Thank you, Mary Joy. A rebuttal.
And how is it relevant when we talk about partnership? Because we're saying about the budget of SSC itself. Second question also is that the SSC 38 Congress, our treasurer, had already signed the agreement that it should be non-disclosure agreement. So that's why not fully publicized ang financial statement as of this time.
Okay, as to your second question, like atong treasurer karon kay nag-sign og kanang as to not disclose that issue, but the students need to know ana nga situation kay because ilahan ng money, and I don't want to kanang istorya ana kay wala sad ko kahibaw sa full reason kung unsa jud ang hitabo.
Thank you, Mary Joy. Now for the question for the Vice President of Sacred, how would you realize your platforms and programs without a budget being released to the incoming administration?
First, I believe that we should always have the accountability of the officers. Second is transparency of the transactions that we have. And it should be first also students' awareness regarding about SSC's governance. Although if ever we don't have budget, still we need to capitalize partnership because it's one thing to bridge the gap of the needs of the students, and we want to ensure that the students' money will be sent worthy enough for the students itself because it will be beneficial for them. The money that they've given to us will be given also to them, and it could be served as a feedback of what we gain and what we allocate for.
Thank you, Lawrence. A rebuttal.
As part of the 38th Congress, what would you say to our treasurer in terms of ingani nga problem?
Well, as far as I know, si Abby is very determined sa iyang work. I know nga ang isip o sa ka-treasurer dili siya sayon when it comes to kanang magkwinta sa tong kwarta. But I believe na Abby has the capacity and ability also nga masulbad ang kanang problema. At the same time also, she addressed na kanang mga problems is ma-resolve na siya as of this time.
Thank you, Lawrence. Now for the next question, it's non-negotiable again and non-rebuttable, meaning you will only have to choose between the two of you who will answer the question. The question will be answered first by, of course, Kasama. And the question is, how do you plan to maintain the services that SSC offers, such as Print for Less, Courtesy Booth, Baro Kobe, and many others?
These services are some of the services being offered by SSC and the current Congress, and even before, and I have seen its importance, all of it. And as a student myself, I am even one of the beneficiaries of the services, and so I support these projects, but I also maintain that this needs to be improved. We should come up with Kaizen, continuous improvement. With that in mind, say for instance for Baroko Bay, all the materials we should have an inventory out of it. For Print for Less, money should be accounted for. Dili na siya kuan-kuan or the like, and many
Thank
others.
you, Kristen Jean. Now for Sacred, how do you plan to maintain the services that SSC offers, such as Print for Less, Courtesy Booth, Baro Kobe, and many others?
I see these student services no, as very sustainable towards the Hosanian community. No? Nakabenepisyo taan una, ni kaduha, dugay na jud kay ni siya nga gina-offer jud sa SSC. No? But para ma-maintain ni nato nga services, we also need to backtrack jud no nga kanang kung asa na tadapit, and also we need to be accountable jud, especially if these services involves money. And also we need to have a strong maintenance jud of these services.
Thank you, Simon. And that concludes the fourth round of our discussions.